Hello and welcome to Q News. Featured tonight, the QNet Achievers Incentive Tour 2016 that took place recently saw QNet's top-ranked advances on an all-expenses-paid trip to beautiful England, where they were treated to superstar luxury and style all the way. And on to more exciting news, founder Datuk Sri Vijay Iswaran was conferred with an honorary doctorate in economics and global business by the Pathma University, Cambodia. India was crowned champions of the QNet Asian Champions Trophy hockey tournament that took place in Kuantan, Malaysia. Chief Pathma Senathirajah was there at the finals to present the winners with the highly coveted trophy. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zalia Khairin, your host for tonight, and we are live from Kuala Lumpur. It's amazing how time flies. We are so close to the end of the year, but the past few months continued to be full of excitement for QNet. One of the major highlights of the last month has been the 4th Men's Asian Champions Trophy hockey tournament hosted by Malaysia from the 20th of October to the 30th of October, where QNet was the title sponsor for this prestigious event. All the matches were broadcast live to millions of viewers in over 20 countries, and 6 of the best teams in Asia came together to battle it out on the field, and the event was truly a spectacular display of passion, skills, and drive. And speaking of passion, skills, and drive, the man who has 3 of them, let's welcome His Gorgeousness, Chief Pathma Senathirajah.
Thank you, Leha. It's great to be back in the studio. How have you been?
Wow. I would like to know what's on your flight mileage nowadays.
Well, Leha, I made a decision at the beginning of 2016 not to travel as much. And as usual, I've traveled more than I've ever traveled in the past 18 years. It's been very exciting, and as you mentioned earlier, it's been an exciting 30, 45 days since we last met at this studio and recorded. We were just talking about Japan, Leha and I, about opening up the Japanese market for various reasons, being one of the most developed network marketing countries in the world. So guys, you'll see me in Japan very soon, all right, with Leha most probably.
Hi.
And Leah, it's been very exciting, and I was very happy that you spoke about the QNet's Champions Trophy. Sports has been something very important to us because it's about dedication, passion, all right, the desire to win, and most importantly, it's about supporting people who paid the price to become the great sportsmen and sportswomen around the world. And as you know, we kicked off our relationship with sports with Formula One. All right, with tennis with Martina Hingis.
That's right.
And then we leaped into the English Premier League with Man City, who are doing great right now, on top of the table. And hockey is something close to our hearts, especially Datuk Sri Vijay himself, myself, all right, the V partners like Kuna, Sati, my brothers. We all grew up in our village, Teluk Intan, Perak, the one and only. And we all grew up with hockey in our lives.
Of course, Perak was, still is very significant with hockey.
Exactly. And growing up in a small town, sports played a very big role in our lives. And you wouldn't believe this, but both my mom and dad, who happened to be Datuk Sri Vijay's school teachers when he was a kid, all right? And my dad was Datuk Sri Vijay's hockey coach. And my mom is also the coach of the ladies team or the girls team. So we grew up with hockey in our blood. We played it in our neighborhood. We played it in school. I was offered to play for the country. On a serious note, I was offered to play in the country.
You were?
Yeah, but I was more focused on making sure I help people achieve their dreams with QNet. So I turned down that offer. Or not, you'll see me on the national team sometime. And sponsoring the Asian Championship Trophy was very important to us because the teams playing, all right, from Pakistan to India, our very own Malaysia, all right, China, Japan, Korea. And it represented the first time the tournament was hosted in Malaysia. And QNet took on this opportunity to be the title sponsor. And the finals, I was there with the Chief Minister of Pahang, the state where Kuantan is in, all right, with Datuk Sri Subahan, the President of the Malaysian Hockey Federation, and of course my brother Kuna, the Executive Director of the V, David Sharma, and a lot of networkers. And to see the finals with India and Pakistan, I was very tensed, all right? Because as you guys know, all right, I carry a Malaysian passport, but India is my first love, okay? And Pakistan is also, I love Pakistan, all right, guys? But the match was on the edge. And when India won, all right, I can imagine the millions of people in India who are part of the QNet family cheering and going berserk. So it was a great opportunity for QNet to once again be exposed to the world of sports through hockey. It was a great match, the finals, and India turned out to be champions, as I predicted from the very beginning of the tournament.
And that will not ruin your dinner date with Deepika Padukone?
No, at all, not at all. She called me just now to be...
Now, this heavy involvement, active involvement in sports, and I guess if we look closely at the qualities or the values that you just mentioned, all the disciplines in sports will enable someone to be successful in the field that they're in, which is very similar with QNet. Do you find that similarity between sports and business?
It's exactly the same, because when I met the players and I spoke to them, they speak about their dreams to be the champions of the QNet Asian Champions Trophy. Because anybody in sports knows that ultimately it's about winning, all right, and paying the price to win. So if I relate that back into a journey of a networker in QNet, as I mentioned many times in previous videos, that their goal is to reach a point of financial freedom, or we say max out, for example, the highest income potential in the business. And to get there, there's a lot of similarities between a sportsman and a networker. There's the sacrifice they have to make, okay, the discipline, the practice, all right, that a sports person has to go on the field and keep hitting that ball until he gets it perfectly, and a networker has to keep doing presentation until they get somebody to say yes, all right. So scoring a goal and closing a presentation has that same feeling. It's a feeling of being victorious. And one thing I respect a lot about sportsmen is the fact that we have seen in history how they're almost confirmed to lose and they make that comeback, all right. And Dato Sri Vijay always says on stage at VCon that in this business or journey of life, there's one guarantee: you're going to be knocked down. Right? Nobody sails to success, all right. If you look at all the big names, from Richard Branson to Bill Gates, all right, to Steve Jobs, God bless his soul, you know, Mark Zuckerberg, all these people, we think they were born with $1 billion. No, they got knocked down many times. And I've seen in sports how people almost lose or almost even win, all right? And last minute something happens. And Dato Sri says when you get knocked down, he always says, get up again. And I've seen that, all right, in the hockey tournaments, in MCFC, in Formula One. And I think that's the biggest strength of a sportsman and a networker, their ability to get up again when life knocks them down.
And excel.
And excel and win.
And speaking of excellence, I am so envious of the top-rank advancers who joined the QNet Achievers Incentive for 2016. Apparently it was all golden treatment for those who've worked hard.
It was unbelievable. London is one of my favorite cities. And what QNet decided to do a few years ago was to give a recognition and reward to our top achievers, all right, the Achievers Club. These are men and women who have achieved the pinnacle of success in QNet, who have walked the talk, paid the price, got knocked down and got up again thousands of times, and today living the life we talk about, financial freedom. And we realize with our busy, hectic lifestyle, we don't get time to chill with our top performers, especially with Dato Sri Vijay himself. So we put together this concept of an Achievers Club getaway, all right? And we have chosen London, also because Manchester City has their team in England and the match was going on. So we fly everyone in, staying at the address, the Mayfair Hotel. And anyone who's played Monopoly knows that the most expensive box is Mayfair. And once you got a hotel on Mayfair, you made it. So we stayed at Mayfair. It was a brilliant experience, loads of shopping. We went for the match, all right, Man City. We went there in the Virgin Express train, first class, with Dato Sri Vijay, with the V partners. We had an amazing time, watched the match, all right, bought tons of merchandise, came back to London, watched Lion King, all right, and to be honest, I was a bit reluctant. I was watching a play, all right, on West End, wasn't my cup of tea, but I fell in love with Lion King. All right, it's amazing how they take an animation and put it live on stage. And that was a great experience. We went on a river cruise on River Thames, all right, to see the landscape of the most beautiful city in the world, London. Loads of food from Italian to Chinese, had a chance to even do an event in London, all right? And all our top leaders, they shopped till they dropped, all right? The amount of shopping bags I saw at the lobby of the hotel upon checkout, it was just unbelievable. And then we also had a nice dinner in Hakkasan, one of the most premium Asian fusion restaurants. But most importantly, it was that brotherhood, spending time together. It was our version of downtime.
I guess, and the underlying message would be they've worked hard.
Exactly.
So they deserve every single playtime that they get.
It's amazing. And the good news for everyone watching, next year's Achievers Club, we are moving location. We are going to a different country. It's top secret. But let me tell you this, most of you all would have never, ever been to this country before. So we want every year to take our top distributors to experience, all right, the lifestyle. Because you work hard, you earn good money, all right? It's time to spend. If you don't spend it, you're not going to be hungry for more, all right? So my duty is to get people to spend. And that's what Achievers Club is about.
Mm-hmm. How's the watch, by the way?
Oh man, I love the watch. Our leaders love the watch. It's flying off the shelf on our e-store. It's one of the most successful timepieces we have launched in QNet. All right. And to have the Man City and QNet logo on the watch together, making us not only their sponsor, but their partner. All right. Being the only direct selling company on the EPL platform or the English Premier League. So it's very exciting. And next year, Achievers Club, make sure you qualify. It's going to be an exciting destination.
What qualities do you look for to qualify for the Achievers Club?
It's basically, firstly, the rank, whether they've achieved platinum or diamond, all right, which are the two highest ranks. It's also their consistency of achieving the highest payout rank. It's not about a one-hit wonder. It's not performing this month and then not performing. It's a consistent performance of 12 months from one Achievers Club to the other. And these are the true blue networkers.
And how many of them were there during this trip?
We had close to 100 of our top distributors.
That's a
all right, from every country in the world.
Wow.
It was exciting. It was unbelievable.
I saw something interesting when you were posing in front of the, what's that tower called?
Burj Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa, that's right. How big should your dreams be? Big enough to prove them wrong.
Yes.
What made you,
I think today in the journey of network marketing, in my personal journey, along your journey, there's going to be a lot of naysayers. There's going to be people who laugh at you. All right. There are going to be people who bring you down. All right. Tons of people who are going to say you're never going to make it. And surprisingly, these are your relatives and close friends sometimes. Okay. The morons. And then there's also the media, the negative perception, Google search, everything tends to hold you back from moving forward. And when you actually have that breakthrough, when you actually make it, all right, you have proven them wrong. Now, Dubai is the greatest city in the world, all right? And a lot of people said we would never succeed in the Middle East, that we would never be in Dubai. And today, Dubai is a major hub. We have two offices, one in Dubai, one in Abu Dhabi, on Sheikh Zayed Road, the most premium address in Dubai, okay? And I spend almost once a month, I'm in Dubai. And standing there, looking at Burj Khalifa, the tallest tower in the world, and at the Palace Hotel, one of the most exclusive 6-star properties in Dubai, I just felt that moment of, hey, we did it. All right? So screw them, we did it, you understand? And I just had that feeling of celebration that we proved them wrong. That 12 years ago, no one said we would make it and be one of the biggest network marketing companies the Middle East has ever seen, QNet.
I'm a firm believer that if you associate yourself with successful people, it tends to emanate itself.
100%.
So talking about success, another great achievement by the founder, Datuk Sri Vijay. Tell us about the honorary doctorate that he received from the university.
Well, firstly, Datuk Sri started his journey as a network marketing personality. He never wanted to be a chairman of a diversified multinational Fortune 500 company. That wasn't his vision. He wanted us to be a network marketing company. Along the way, opportunity knocked on the door. And Datuk Sri, being the visionary he is, took on a lot of projects, which was supplementary, complementary to the existence of QNet. from the university project, from QI City, we spoke about it in the last video, all right? And over the past 18 years, the world has taken notice of Dato Sri Vijay Ishwan, this unknown nobody 18 years ago, today a giant in the industry, all right, on the Forbes list, okay? Still very low profile, because Dato Sri Vijay doesn't like being in the limelight as much as other millionaires or billionaires I've seen around the world. But somewhere along the line, his passion has always been education. That QIUP, our university, is his way of leaving a legacy. That if you don't educate our youth properly, they're going to be messed up individuals. So he doesn't address the problem at the end, he's addressing the challenge at the beginning with education. And QIUP has drawn a lot of attention today, all right, as one of the emerging universities in Malaysia, providing medical faculty, coming soon dentistry. And along the way, other universities have taken notice of the vision of Dato Sri Vijay. Now, Dato Sri Vijay has written 5, 6 books today. His latest book, 2 Minutes from the Abyss, which was a great success launch in Dubai. And he has spoken at the World Economic Forum, the Commonwealth Forum, all right. He's part of the World Economic Forum panel, all right, in Davos, advisory panel. And today, universities are clambering, all right, to get an opportunity for him to attend their university, all right, speak at their graduations and other ceremonies. And one of the most prestigious universities in Cambodia found a way to reach Dato Sri Vijay, to invite him for their convocation, to give the keynote speech and receive a doctorate, all right. And I was very proud, okay, being his student, all right, being his downline, being his brother, to watch him be recognized by one of the top universities in Cambodia, right? So we flew to Phnom Penh, beautiful city, beautiful country. He gave one of the most unbelievable speech.
Any key points?
He basically spoke to them about their onward journey after graduation, that the world is going to knock you down, all right, and you have to get up again. He spoke about staying hungry, staying foolish, the mantra of Steve Jobs, that graduation is not the end, but the beginning of a brand new journey. Now, English is not the #1 language in Cambodia, but Dato Sri Vijay has this ability to connect with anyone at any level of society. And the crowd reacted crazy. Now, there were other speakers, but the star was Dato Sri Vijay. And it was a very emotional ceremony, because Cambodia is a Buddhist country. So they start their convocation with a Buddhist prayer, all right? And it was very, I don't know, I felt very emotional being there. It was an amazing experience. Ministers were there, the monk, the head monk of the Buddhist temple of Cambodia, all right? Other deans and presidents from American universities were there also. So I saw Dato Sri Vijay being recognized not only as a success story, but a man who made a difference, all right? And I was very proud to be there.
It's very humbling and it's very inspiring to know that despite his busy schedule,
Yeah.
he still makes time for academic purposes to the students. What's your take on that?
I flew from Cambodia to Bangkok with Dato Sri, and we're all talking about our retirement. Don't worry, guys, I'm not going to retire yet. I'm still here, okay? And we're all talking about retirement, what we're going to do. And Dato Sri always had this dream to lecture, all right? And I told him I will make sure that he's going to fly around the world and speak at every major university from Harvard to Oxford, because the future generation needs to learn from him, to understand what life consists of, the future journey. And I think that he is a man who believes that success is not the end, it's the beginning. All right? And this is something new to me, that once you have achieved financial freedom like me and many other people in QNet, what do we do next? All right? And his answer is very simple: pay it forward.
That is actually one of the most asked questions among the students. Now I've graduated, now what? What do I do?
Give back to the world in every form possible. All right? So you never know. Even I could become a professor in a university.
You'll never know.
Professor of love, life, and various other things.
Now, when we see all these success stories, we've seen the top rank advancers, we've seen, the acknowledgements that Dato Sri has received. A lot of people want to say, oh, how do I do that? How do I do that? But not many are actually willing to go through the mile they want to be, and then when you tell them the hard work that's associated with it, and then all the excuses will start coming up. How do they get over this barrier?
No, I think there's only one statement, right? I'll keep it short. When I was very young, when I was about 18, I heard from one of the greatest networkers in the world. His name is Dexter Yeager. All right, he's an American networker who's one of the grandfathers of the new age movement of network marketing. And he made a very famous statement which states, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. All right, so if your dream is not big enough, you will have 1,000 excuses why you don't want to do it. But if your dream is big enough, the facts don't count. Not only opinions, the facts don't count. And I think that is what somebody must recognize. What do you really want, and how badly do you want it? And if you want it bad enough, nothing matters.
Yeah, we'll move mountains.
Exactly.
Slay dragons and all that. And speaking of moving forward, something you would like to share with us today? You're keeping healthier and healthier, Chief. What's going on?
Leah, I'm going to get you this bottle. All right, it's the Fountain of Youth in a bottle. It's coming soon to QNet.
Chief, you keep drinking from the Fountain of Youth. You're going to be looking like you're 8.
This is like the Benjamin Button story. You understand? It's an amazing product. It creates alkaline, hydrogen, antioxidant water. Made in Korea. Very soon on our e-store. Make sure you get it. It keeps you, bottom line, it keeps you as young, sexy and beautiful as me and Leha. All right? So keep your eye on the e-store. Coming soon to you. Our very own solution to having the most amazing water for you to drink.
Living healthy is the way to go.
Exactly.
Of course. One important question. The VCon before that drew about 50,000 turnout?
15,000.
And what was Dubai like this time?
Well, Dubai, we had 12,000 people. All right, we packed the stadium. But let me tell you something about Dubai. It was crazy simply because we're in the middle of a desert. All right, it was a life-changing experience. We had people from the continent of Africa, Central Asia, Asia, everyone. It was a United Nations of networkers. We had a desert party with fireworks, all right, with DJ Wildchild, who looks very familiar, like similar to me, but not me because I'm not a DJ, but DJ Wildchild was there, all right. We had a blast. We had very important VIPs, including a senior vice president from Emirates Airlines and our partner in Dubai, Ahmad Khoury, our chairman of QNet Middle East, all right, Tariq Al-Yusufi. We had the kids from the Special Needs Rashid Center, Sheikh Rashid Center, who came and performed. We had our own We Kids, We Teens perform. But most importantly, we had 12,000 warriors who we sent back to the countries where they came from. And they are rocking and rolling right now. This year, 2016, is going to be the most amazing year for QNet. And we just launched the Click Bonanza for those of y'all who are now taking part of this Bonanza or promo. Take advantage of it. Push yourself to the max. And let's show the world. Let's prove them wrong.
And speaking of Dubai, you left us hanging at love.
Yes.
So we're gonna start with love.
Okay, let me tell you this, all right?
Okay.
You caught me off guard, and I clarified it in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm 21 years old now, okay, and I've had the most amazing journey in life. All right, I am single, okay, and I'm heading towards a direction. All right, that's why I have this ring on my finger. Everyone watching the video knows this.
This is very cryptic.
All right, that this ring, if it's not on my finger, it's on a woman's finger.
Oh.
Now, the mystery is whether this woman exists. All right, okay, and right now, she does, somewhere in the world. All right, and...
not in Japan, is she?
Not in Japan. In some other country. So things are moving towards an amazing direction. Let's see. All right? The master plan has no flaws.
You've redeemed the game this time.
You caught me last time.
Chief, thank you so much
You're
for
most
joining
welcome,
us.
Leha.
Have a good, next 2 months before we say goodbye to 2016. You have inspired so many people. Please send our regards to Datuk Sri Dr. Vijay Eswaran. And we will see you soon, hopefully. And until we meet again, bye for now.
See you in 2017.